Are you looking for a family-friendly neighborhood with great schools, community feel where it's easy to meet people and is close to employment centers? I receive emails asking for this lineup of things quite often, and I actually have just the spot for you. Tell me what you love about Vienna.
Well, I love Fresh Market because it's great. But,
Yeah.
I live right on the end, this side of it. It's just a quaint little town. It's perfect.
That's awesome. You are going to want to learn more about this little slice of Mayberry right here in Northern Virginia. So I am Melissa Terzis, DC Real Estate Mama. This thing hasn't been around for a while, but her name is...
Leah.
Leah. And I do these videos for you every week, and I break down living in DC, Maryland, and Northern Virginia. I've lived here over 20 years. I know the areas really well. I go deeper than anybody. I write everything myself, you guys. There's no AI here. Make sure
I
that...
actually wrote it.
Sure you did. Make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss the new videos. Now, Vienna, Virginia. Vienna is about 15 minutes west of downtown Washington, D.C. It is 2.5 miles southwest of Tyson's Corner and 12 miles east of Dulles. If you look at the D.C. area like it's a clock, okay, and the Beltway is the outside of the clock, Vienna sits right at the 9 o'clock spot to help you sort of orient where you are. Now, you probably want to know about real estate because that's what everybody always wants to know. So let's talk about that first. Housing in Vienna is strong, and it will always stay strong for all of the reasons that we are going to cover in the next sections of this video. Much of Vienna used to be like ranch or rambler style homes, and a lot of them have been torn down and McMansioned into larger homes that appeal more to present day buyers, right? So Vienna right now it's got a lot of like single family detached homes, prices ranging from, I'd say, like the 800s is really the low end, but there's not a ton at that price point, all the way into the 2 millions. Now there are homes that are priced higher than that, in the $3 million, $4 million, $5 million range. I know, it's a lot, Leah. It's a lot, right? But the bulk of the housing is going to be below 2.5 million. If you are looking for a huge house with 5 to 7 bedrooms and more than half of an acre of land, you're going to be well into the 2 millions for that in Vienna. If you want 4 bedrooms with maybe a quarter acre lot, you can have a great variety of choices from 1 million to 1.5 million, which is where a lot of the homes are priced. The houses below the 1 million mark are typically the original ramblers that were built here in Vienna. At 1 million, you are going to find split levels and colonials. Around 1.5, you will find homes that have maybe been added on to and renovated. By 2 million, we are completely squarely in like the tear down and rebuild territory. And that's really what you're going to find at that price point and above. Generally, I would say that Vienna is an area where people move to get that house in the suburbs kind of lifestyle, but I don't want to overlook talking about condos and townhomes. Going for a condo or a townhome is another avenue to get a home with less competition. So if you have a shorter time frame, say you're only going to be in the area a few years, or maybe you know you're going to be empty nesters soon, but you really want to buy, townhomes and condos can provide a really good option. Now, before you tell me that these are not going to be good investments, let me tell you, in the past year, prices on condos and townhomes have generally risen about $100,000 in each category, right? Last year, you could get a condo in mid 200s, and townhomes were starting in the mid, like say 500s. Now, about 15 months later, condos in Vienna start in the 300,000s. Like you really can rarely find anything in the 2s anymore. And then they go up to about 600,000. Townhomes pick up at the $600,000 price point, and they go over $1 million, really depending on the area, the condition, and the size. I know Leah is shocked again. She can't believe how expensive things get. What is the conclusion on Vienna real estate? Well, prices always go up here. If the home is well cared for and updated tastefully, it will have multiple offers, even in softer markets. While the rest of the world was taking a breather with the higher interest rates, Vienna's prices were still climbing and getting multiple offers, right?
Wow.
Do you want to eat? Want to talk about food, Leah? Leah wants to talk about food.
Why?
Because Vienna has a main street called Maple Avenue, and that's where your crumble cookies is.
Ow! Maple?
Yeah.
No, Marcina likes it.
Holy moly, there is a lot packed into this strip. This isn't the boring suburbs by any stretch. There are a wide variety of ethnic food options on Maple. First up, let's talk about Clarity. This is a Rammy Award-winning casual fine dining restaurant serving American food. They serve lunch and dinner, and they have fixed price and a la carte choices. There is Maple Avenue, which is European food open for dinner with a fixed price menu. Buonarroti is an old world Italian food restaurant famous for their fresh made pastas. There's also Pazzo Pomodoro for pizza and pasta, and Chef Raffaele promises that the food that you eat there will taste just like it came from his mother's kitchen in Italy. That sounds good. They all sound good, don't they? Next up, we've got Sweet Ginger, which is an Asian fusion restaurant serving Chinese, Malaysian, Thai, and sushi. Then we have Cafe Renaissance, which serves French food. If you want something not as fancy, you can head to Bear Branch Tavern or the Vienna Inn. There's also Plaka Grill, which is what I often slide myself right into when I'm in Vienna or near their Falls Church location.
You've never got me anything.
I know, you don't eat a lot of food besides chicken nuggies.
Hey, that's not true. Don't listen to her.
Casual Greek food is my jam. I'll get you something from Plaka Grill next time I go by there.
Sure you will.
Roberto's Ristorante is another of Vienna's Italian spots. There are a bunch of other casual places too, like Taco Bomba, Social Burger, Foster's Grill, Mod Pizza, Panera, and of course the place the kids make me stop at all the time for cookies.
I don't.
Crumble Cookies. Now, there are lots of grocery stores in Vienna. You've got Giant, Whole Foods, Fresh Market. They're all off Maple Avenue. And then Harris Teeter's a little bit south on 66. Now, what about shopping and fun? In Vienna, there are a couple locations for shopping. Along Maple Avenue, you're going to find a lot of stores like Petco, Michael's Crafts, Walgreens, just kind of the usual basics and things that you can pick up there. There's also another shopping center, Cedar Park Shopping Center, which is at the corner of Cedar and Park.
Well, obviously.
So named. This is so close to Tyson's, though, here in Vienna, which Tyson's going to have everything that you could possibly want. Now, the town of Vienna has 12 parks, if that's not amazing, because the town is really not very geographically large, but 12 parks is kind of awesome. They love their green space.
Yay!
The Vienna Recreation Center is home to recreational and educational programs they offer, as well as festivals and concerts year-round. Chillin' on Church is a monthly block party that runs from June to September. There are 4th of July fireworks at Jonas Park, Oktoberfest, there's a Halloween parade, there's Holiday Stroll, there's Kids on the Green Summer Series events, Memorial Day celebration, and there's a farmer's market. There's also Viva Vienna, which is a music and craft festival.
Yay!
I swear every time I read about Northern Virginia and their Parks and Rec, I get super pissed off that we live in D.C.
Yay!
Parks and Rec is nothing like that.
Hey, but DC's good.
I knew you were going to say that. Now, the W&OD, which is the Washington and Old Dominion Trail, goes right through Vienna. The entire trail is 45 miles, and it runs from Shirlington in South Arlington to Purcellville, Virginia. It is super cute when you are driving through Vienna and you stop to let the bikers and walkers cross the little crosswalk and continue on their way further up the trail. It's just adorable. It's just very small townish.
Today on the sidewalk, someone was like going squiggly with their bike and then they hit me.
Great story. Vienna Aquatic Club is a private club. Membership is limited to 450 members. There's currently a wait list of 3 to 4 years. It's $775 to join and then $500 in dues. The pool is only open in the summer months, though. Cardinal Hill Swim and Racket Club is located in Wolf Trap Valley Park. There was a 7 to 8 year wait list last year. Now they are at a 10-year wait list, actually 10 plus. So I'm sure that nobody cares about them, so there's really no point in discussing this any further. Hunter Mill Swim and Racket Club has a Vienna mailing address, but it's actually up near the Dulles Toll Road, so it's much more close to Reston, I would say, than Vienna. $750 to join and $700 annual dues. There's not been a wait list in the past, but there actually is one now. There are no estimates available about the timing on the wait list, though. Then you've got Vienna Woods, another one that's almost not worth mentioning, but I'm going to mention it. They do have an 11-year wait list. That's the reason they're not worth mentioning, but it's a great pool club. They offer 750 different memberships to different people, families. The one-time fee is $1,700. Annual dues are $695. Vienna Woods is located right by Cunningham Park. Now, all of these clubs that have this ridiculous level of wait lists from 3 years to 10 plus years, one thing you need to know, secret, this is a secret alert, I'm telling you. Sometimes these memberships can transfer with property sales. So just in case you need to know that this is important to you, there's an option that some of these houses that sell, they offer memberships to the clubs that transfer right with it, so you don't have to start over from ground zero and get on the wait list. Now, if none of that works for you and you happen to be sitting on $75,000, you can join the Westwood Country Club. We don't have that money. We don't even have close to that money. Now, Wolf Trap is a national park for performing arts. There's lots of concerts that happen here during the season. May to September, all music types. There's dance, performance, opera, all kinds of things that happen at Wolf Trap. Now, since you're probably moving to Vienna for kids because it is so family friendly, we should talk about the kids because people move to Vienna for the same reasons anyone would move to a sought after suburb, right? The family activities are plentiful and life is really good there. Living isn't hectic. The schools are great. The location's great. In Vienna, 40% of the households have children under 18. Now, there are several elementary schools in Vienna. You've got Cunningham Park, Louise Archer, Vienna, Marshall Road, and Wolf Trap. There are 2 middle schools, Thoreau and Kilmer Middle, and an option to do advanced academics at Jackson Middle, which is in McLean. These schools all feed to Madison High School in Vienna. Now, Madison's academic program includes AP classes, global classroom partnering with the countries of Colombia and France, residential governors programs for 10th and 11th graders that are interested in visual and performing arts. They also have a separate website for their sports that you should check out, Warhawk Sports. They've got a very robust sports program. Everything football, tennis, cross country, field hockey, dance, golf, basketball, baseball, crew, softball, lacrosse, track. They have a ton of sports fields there too. It's actually very impressive. Now, the great school scores are probably something else that you're going to want to take a look at. They pretty much track to what I see all over the area, right? Elementary schools are 7s, 8s, and 9s. When they're this little peanuts age, it's not difficult to corral them, teach them, sort of, when they get to middle school and then hormones start kicking in and then they start getting defiant, that's when you start to see the scores slide a little bit to 6, which is where these middle schools are, and then high school also at a 6. Scores are very subjective, though. They are based on test scores. We've covered this in almost every single video, but if you've got a population of students that English is not their first language, these standardized tests are very hard for them to figure out. They're very hard for me to figure out, and I grew up learning English. I'm like, what's that saying? Is it saying this or that? I read into everything. Anyway, there's also a cooperative preschool in Vienna called Meekins, which is right there at the edge of Vienna. Cooperative means, yes, you get to drop your kid off 4 days, but that 5th day, you've got to be the parent that's there. Also in Vienna, you've got Lee Music Studio, which offers piano and trumpet lessons. And then there's School of Rock in Vienna. So if your kid is a budding rock star, this place is universally loved by those who sign up for their programs. And they offer all kinds of different programs up to age 17, which is really cool. There's also a My Gym in Vienna. Leah, I want to take you out of school and put you at My Gym. Why are you cracking your neck in my video?
It hurts.
My God. So we used to go to My Gym in Bethesda. We loved it. Well, I loved it. Leah was 1 and 2 years old. I don't know if she loved it. She loved it. She did.
Yay.
It's for younger kids, but it's great for them to learn to tumble and to balance and play. She loved her little tumble classes. So cute. That's when you were cute. I don't know what happened to you. Okay. Let's talk about doggies. So dogs are well loved in Vienna. One of the best specialty vets in the area is in Vienna, Hope Vet. You can see them for general veterinary visits, but they also have ophthalmology, which we've had to utilize their services because Annie likes to stick her little eyeballs into bushes that scratch her eyes. Cardiology, which we used for Ziggy, because Ziggy had heart issues and a murmur and all kinds of other problems. And oncology. We have not had a dog with cancer. We have not used oncology. They have merged some of their practice, though, with VCA Southpaws, which was also really great news because VCA is another one of my go-to specialty vets. I was just there the other day with Annie.
Yeah.
She's got a back problem. So there's a Petco right in town, as well as several dog grooming businesses. Vienna Pet Spa, Wagon Wash, Coco Clips, and Horner's Pet Salon. So you've got a lot of options there. Vienna also has a dog park at 700 Courthouse Road in Nottoway Park. So your dogs are going to be well groomed, smell fantastic, and get all kinds of fun play at the park.
Yeah.
So that's Vienna. It's a pretty idyllic place for families, and you can probably see why families love it so much there. It's super appealing to them. If you've got any questions about Vienna, let me know. My contact info is coming next.
Money.